Hello everyone and welcome to a stand-in video. Daniel's son was sick, so I thought I would try to make my feet move a bit. So another day, another video, you know it. We are on Kungsklippan, and this is Olof by the way. We are on Kungsklippan in the middle of Kungsholmen. And this is pretty much buildings from the 40s and 50s and some a bit older from the 1920s, 1930s. Kungsholmen was pretty much countryside 100 years ago with some industries. So the industrial actually the environment was quite dirty, and the industries didn't have so much of environmental protection as today. But now it is a very, I would say, almost a bit posh part of this town where people live, and you have to pay handsomely to get a flat, as everywhere, I would say, inside the center of the town. Daniel has been here before, not on Kungsklippan I think, but he has been out in the courtyard with the churchyard. Here is Kungsholm's church, a nice inner city church with a domey style. The weather is, as you can notice, a bit snowy, and that's why I was so tempted to try to walk around and film a bit. I hope you all are well and that the weekend has been nice to you. It has been to me. I was out with my wife yesterday because we were looking at some horse races with Icelandic horses. As I said, this is Kungsholmen kyrka, and we are walking towards Hantverkargatan, a street that goes all through Kungsholmen, where my mother lived when she was a girl. And this has been a major road for people to go. So before the change to right-handed traffic in Stockholm in 1967, there was trams here. But the local traffic authorities took away all trams at the change to right-hand traffic. They found it too hard to change the tracks, so they just bought some 100 buses instead. That's a way of taking a giant decision. These houses around is, I would say, from the time when Kungsholmen was built to be a part of the inner town. From the 30s, from the 20s and the 30s. And now we are at Hantverkargatan. Some guys might have it a bit cold here. They are renovating the windows, I think. Bättre kaffe åt folket. Better coffee for the people. One of the fika places. It smells like someone is cooking food here, really. The terracotta colored building is Kvarteret Myntet. They made coins there before. Today it's a museum in there and some sort of conference premises. And this is Kaplansbacken. So kaplan is some sort of clerical title. I don't know how to translate this to English. Have to look it up. And as you can see in the snow, we are closing up to Stadshuset, the county, the city hall. And this was, the city hall was built, it was done and ready 1923. Actually on Midsummer Nights, they celebrated the inauguration on Midsummer Night, then in June. So it will be a 100-year ceremony and celebrating this summer. I guess there will be a lot of people invited. Here is something Daniel likes, these one type of passages over the street. And as we are closing up to Stadshuset, the city hall, we are also closing up to an old hospital, Serafimer-lasarettet. Serafimer-orden, it was a monk order. They were actually mainly the main responsive force for medical care in Stockholm in historical times. So this is a fairly old, today it's privatized hospital. And as you can see, there are other names for hospitals. They were in old history, they were using the word lazaret instead. And here it is, Ragnar Östberg's creation in all its glory. And if we should get lost, we could know that we are here, right here, where Stadshuset is. And the Tornmuseet. It is the snow makes the world much quieter, I would say, because otherwise I think that the traffic sounds would be much stronger and so on. So I think it has a dampening effect to throw a lot of water in the air, falling down slowly. And here we have yet another building which I find pretty ugly. But I guess that the guys who designed it like the design. It is called Waterfront. It is a, well, what do you say, Congress Hall for hire. And I don't think they have many windows actually, to be honest. The City Hall is, as well as being used for parties and all that, like the Nobel Prize party, it is the building where a lot of the city administration is sitting. So it's a fairly big building and not so often regarded as that. And then they have a restaurant here, Swedish Dutch, which any day of the year could serve the same dishes as the Nobel Prize winners ate last time. That's one of their specialities. And then we are soon seeing the great, what do you say, coffin or mausoleum over Birger Jarl, the founder of Stockholm. But in fact, he's not buried here in Stockholm. He's buried in Varnhem, in the southern part of Sweden. And here you have Riddarholmskyrkan, Tyska kyrkan, Storkyrkan and Klara kyrka. Built at different times. And on the other side of the water, which is Riddarfjärden, you have Södermalm. It is around 9ish in the morning, and it is around 0 centigrades. So it's not that cold, but it's freaking windy. So that's pretty hard to to walk in, but it's nice. Here we have some ice, not much ice, and a diver. And this is a really ugly place. You see all the cars, and they are going in a big bend here. This was built in the 60s, I think. It's a lot of concrete, and it's a bloody motorway in the city center. And it's really ugly. And the fact is that it uglies up the environment around it. I'm going to walk to the place where the Central Station Park was. It was a calm and nice little park, but now it's just concrete, a lot of it. And again, the waterfront building. Seen in a contrast with the older houses, which are, I would say, quite nice to look at. And as Daniel said the other day, this is the favored postcard view of Stockholm. Taken from top of the City Hall Tower, or from the other side at Södermalm on top of the hill there. This is, I think it's nice. It's like at home. I guess this lighting was brought up for Christmas, but we don't pick it down until it's getting brighter outside. And I think one thing that makes it more probable that it was for Christmas is that they have those tree trunks, or at least fake tree trunks around it. And this is fun with different habits. I mean, the Christmas tree came as a tradition from Germany to Sweden in like 1920s, 1930s. Before that, we didn't have that as the tradition. So that's where the green fur or needles are connected to Christmas. And I think it was the royal family who brought it here from Germany, because they really liked the tradition, bringing in a tree and illuminating it with candles. So this was a calm, nice park 100 years ago, where people could stroll around waiting for the train. No, it's a bloody traffic circus. And how nice is that? We are on Vasagatan. Most of these houses, they are quite new. That one with the text Aftonbladet and the clock, it is old or older. It's from the beginning of the 20th century. But the rest is more or less contemporary, or 60s or 70s in its type. There was a big rebuilding of the center of Stockholm in the 60s and 70s called Klara Saneringen, and they really tore down a lot of old buildings. Well, they looked nice on the surface, but they were not modern, badly insulated, no water pipes, no nothing, and many of them had just a toilet out in the yard, or not a toilet, but an old-fashioned thingy. So it was quite a big modernization. But today we don't feel it was so successful. You see how it looks. One Swedish comedian said it looks like a garage, but from the outside. And I would really say that I think he is quite right. Hasse Alfredsson was his name. And here we have the central station with Mr. Ericsson, the founder of Swedish railroads. And this is a fun little place. The entrance here, that's the royal waiting rooms. They have a special entrance for themselves to be waiting for the trains. Of course, I guess they don't go by train so often nowadays, but 100 years ago, it was trains was the flight of that time. So the modernization, or the modern way to travel, was by train. So that's where the royal family waits for the trains. It is getting close to 20 minutes, and I think it's time to round up. And as I hope you might give a thumbs up, I am trying to persuade you. Thumbs up!